This video is sponsored by OM Systems, but the opinions are my own. This is the OM System 50-200 f2.8. And this is a tasty breakfast buffet deep in the heart of Zambia, provided entirely by a local troop of baboons who are ever so graciously perched high in the anna trees, munching away on pods. And they just happen to drop quite a few in the process. All of the other animals in the area are eager to pick through every tasty morsel that hits the ground. Take this cute female impala, for instance. She's enjoying the free breakfast, and my guide told me an old guide trick that makes it easy to positively identify an impala. Do you see the M shape on the rear? Impala. Literally the fast food of the area. But impalas aren't the only animals enjoying this breakfast. Elephants are enjoying their share too, and just beyond this all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet are the towering trees of the winterthorn forest, a magical location filled with a parade of 2-ton pachyderms. I'm sure you've seen an elephant before, but seeing them in a forest really helps put things into perspective. Look at the size of these trees. Being surrounded by elephants is an otherworldly experience, but being surrounded by them in a forest of giants is a whole new level of otherworldly goodness. And this is where the variable focal length of the 50-200 lens came in handy. I was able to zoom out and capture some amazing images that show the true scale of this magical forest. My guide suggested a quick drive to the other side of the forest. He wanted to show us something special. A group of older elephants who like to reach their trunk up high into the trees, strike the famous downward elephant yoga pose, and reap the reward of tasty pods. Simply incredible. And while we were all busy watching this gentle giant, another one came in closer and decided to show us a completely different way to get those pods. Yeah. Elephants are amazing animals. Let's see what else we can find. As we rounded the corner, I never expected to find myself in the forest. But there I was, chilling in the trees. This baboon knows exactly how to enjoy its morning. Just hang out and watch the world go by. Why not? You know who else knows how to have a good time? Warthogs. Wow, they like it when I whistled. Let's shift gears and try a really cool local watering hole hide. Hides are a great way to enjoy the wildlife for many reasons. You can get really close to the small things like these birds, and when the bigger animals like this kudu with the spirally antlers come in, you can get close to them too. And if you're really lucky, you can find smaller animals like this hammerkop perched right on top of larger animals like the hippo. The OM system setup is so small and lightweight, it's easy to use for long periods of time. And when a herd of thirsty buffalo came barreling in, I was eager to get some close-ups. When the buffalo show up, they tend to bring a few friends to the watering hole party. This is the perfect example of a symbiotic relationship. The birds, oxpeckers, look for parasites. And the buffalo, well, they get a fancy feathered headdress. This one has the most I have ever seen. There are actually 7 oxpeckers on this buffalo's head. This one must have brought the mother load of ticks with it because the birds were all over it. And while this is labeled as a symbiotic relationship, at times the buffalo do seem a little irritated by the birds. It was great trying to capture the moments when the buffalo had reached their limit. They would quickly raise their heads out of the water and try their best to shake off those pesky oxpeckers. Sometimes it worked, other times it didn't. Either way, this behavior made for an excellent photography experience, and the OM system did just fine. Time to get back on the road, and it isn't long until our guide spots a huge tree in the distance. This is the baobab tree, also called the upside down tree because, well, it looks like it's upside down. And of course, just a handful of southbound pachyderm for perspective. And then it's off once again until our guide spots something in the sand. Fresh leopard tracks. Ooh, let's see if we can find that cat. And our guide delivered. He showed us the casual leopard out in the open, and then he found one far up in a tree. And then he found a grumpy one. They've actually nicknamed this one Grumpy because it doesn't really like people. But then our guide really delivered. A simply stunning specimen of a cat, bathed in rich golden light, surrounded by the perfect environment, and sitting at the base of a small stream. We hit the jackpot. I'm not sure I could ask for anything better. Well, actually, yeah, I could. It would be better if this beautiful feline actually took a drink of water. It's so close. Come on, you know you're thirsty. Just reach down, and I quickly zoomed out to capture more of the environment the moment the leopard started drinking. Again, the versatility of the lens was so helpful, so much so that I decided to zoom back in for this final shot. It was easy to get lost in the moment and simply forget about everything around me. Somewhere off in the distance, I could hear my guide. He was whispering something about big cats not far away. Lions. An entire pride of them, including one big male who was very aware of us, and another one who, well, let's just say he's got a very serious case of bedhead. Look at that. What a mess. This one's been busy. He has a lot of lady friends, I was told. But what captured my attention the most were the younger lions, older cubs, who were sitting in perfect light. If lions aren't hunting, then they are most likely lazily laying somewhere conserving energy, just like this pride. But seeing them all spread out was awesome. It gave me plenty of great opportunities to get different angles and to photograph different lions. But my favorite was this somewhat shy one who was all by itself deep in the tall grass. But as soon as our vehicle settled, the young lion, well, it started to be a young lion. It was definitely curious like most cats, but it quickly lost interest in us. It was like we completely disappeared and became invisible. And with its attention no longer on us, well, it might as well focus on chewing a piece of grass. And with the sun starting to make its way towards the horizon, I asked my guide if we could find giraffes before we lost light. He replied, of course. And then we made our way through a huge flock of guinea fowl, past the young baboon who was questioning the happenings of the day, a massive bull elephant who very easily convinced us to take another road, and finally, the giraffe. Every time I see a giraffe, it's hiding. This one thinks I can't see it behind the tree, but I can, and I really love this image because of it. But the moment I was waiting for was right around the corner. A beautiful giraffe, softly embraced by the fiery colors of the setting sun. Simply unbelievable. And while I didn't capture the shot I had in my head, a giraffe silhouetted against the sun, I opted for something just as good. A tree cradling the sun in its branches.